I'm here to break down 10 of the best tools for beginners that you need to have in your toolkit, whether you are beginner, advanced, mediocre, out of the industry, whatever. You need to have this. But we got a big problem first off. You did not subscribe to the channel, so go ahead and subscribe to this channel so we can give you more tips and tricks just like this. Now let's get to it. I know that you're asking like, man, what tools is really needed? Like, can't I just use just a little, blade, regular blade? No, you can't use regular stuff. This is not a regular project that you're doing. You're wrapping nice cars, luxury cars. So why not use top tier tools? The first tool that I always recommend is your blade. This blade right here is an NT cutter. The reason why I like this so much is because it's yellow. If I drop it on the ground, I can easily find it compared to the silver or black ones that you usually use. For two, this blade already comes with 30-degree angles. Lastly, I can have it reloadable where I can have 5 blades into this. So that way, once I finish this one out, let me show you. I finished this one, right? Push it out. Reloadable. It's that easy. I love this one right here. This is a great one to use. I know that you have good starter blades and everything, but this is the blade that will be with you forever. It's a good go-to. It's a great go-to. You won't ever fail at this one right here. Let's get to the next one though. This next one, it's self-explanatory. Your squeegee. You need these. Now, I know you get it. You've been using different brands and you don't know which ones are different brands that are good to use. Well, in the comments below, tell me which brands that we should test out and we'll test out all of the different brands of buffers. The blue and the brown sides are the actual squeegees. The yellow are buffers and they come in different colors. They come in black, green, yellow, red. There's just so many different colors nowadays. I wish they had it color coordinated to where they could tell you whether it was, a little bit tougher to deal with, a lot easier, a lot super smooth, whatever the case may be. But let me say this, they're great. I rarely have problems with banana buffers. Shout out to banana buffers, as a matter of fact. Now, I used to use monkey tails, and monkey tails was good, but it was leaving a little bit of bubbles or a little trapped air behind. This works on a lot of different textures, not only for satin, matte, and gloss, but also metallics, chrome, and other textured vinyls. This is my go-to. And now, if you are thinking like, man, where do I get some of these tools from? Click the link below so I can give you the top tools in the $500 kit list, all the way to some more specific and exclusive tools that you would use. But let's get to the next one. This next one, come with me. This next one are tapes. I know you're saying like, bro, like, I know what this one is. This is regular tape, but what's this green one? This is Knifeless tape. Now, I get it. You may not need it on every project, such as wrapping around the hood, wrapping the doors, wrapping the fenders, roof, maybe trunk, but you're definitely gonna need these on bumpers and tough to reach areas where you may need to put an inlay in. If you don't know what an inlay is, you should be watching more of my videos because I break them down very thoroughly. Number 3 is always great. You need this one first off. Regular tape. The reason why is because the vinyl doesn't like to stick to this and you can cut on this and not cut through and cut the car. For instance, when you're putting tape on the window trim, you need to have this right here. It works because the vinyl will stick to that window trim very hard and you're trying to be tucking and cutting to get the door looking nice and clean. Use this one. Number 4, magnets. You need these. You already know that. You don't have the extra hands. If you're working by yourself, even with an extra person, that person may just move around just a little too much. You need these to be your extra hands. Magnets always help with this. Now, what happens if you're working with a Ford F-150 or some of these luxury vehicles where they're not magnetized? Use number 3, tape. If not, and the car is magnetized, use number 4, your magnets. Now, let me say this. There are different magnets out there. I recommend using these right here. Like I told you, these are already on the list. But if you get a starter kit, then they'll give you these round ones. These round ones are okay, but they're not as strong as these. I suggest you get these. This is number 5, you have to. How are you gonna even measure the vinyl or let alone the panel that you're gonna be wrapping on to find out if you have enough vinyl? Now, I get it. If you have a large roll and you just wanna just lay it right there and then just spread it all out, stop wasting your time. You're gonna be scratching up the vinyl that you haven't used yet. Use this, lay this on one end of the hood, go to the other end. You can even use your magnets so that way you don't have to stress about it being mismeasured or incorrectly measured. Use a tape measure. Now other people can be like, bro, I got one of the other ones that's retractable and everything. It doesn't bend too easily. And then when it retracts back, it's gonna be scratching because it has the metal at the end of it. Don't do that one. Seamstress, just use a seamstress one. You can easily get this at Walmart or it usually comes in a kit depending on how you feel about getting it. I would tell you to go ahead and just order one separately and get about 2 or 3 of them because through time, it will be wear and tearing on itself. And some people, we're not gonna say, but a part of my team, they have even cut these trying to cut the vinyl. I don't know how, but they have. Now, the one that I recommend you always should get is at least the one that is up to 120 inches. You already know this, but if you don't, I'm glad to tell you, you need dismantle tools. Number 6 has gotta be dismantle tools. If you can't dismantle the simple parts of just the scoop off of a Dodge Challenger or Dodge Charger hood, stop. You're not ready to wrap. You can't even dismantle the simple things. I'm not saying that you need to take apart the whole car, but you do need to have a simple understanding on how to dismantle certain parts of this car because it will make your life easier, so that way you don't have to cut around these areas. You can actually wrap through them if you've taken off certain parts. This goes from simple screwdrivers to your Allen keys to your Torx bits. And remember, for your ratchet set, get extra 10mm and 8mm sockets. You're gonna thank me later for this. Just get a whole set of just 10 of each, because once the first one goes, the next one just keeps going, and it just keeps going right there. So you either have them where you can put them back in a magnetic location so they don't drop, but it's gonna happen. You're gonna lose some. I'm here to help you and let you know. Don't cry over spilled milk, but just get more milk. But you definitely need pry tools. You have to have these. You don't need all these metal pieces trying to pick up plastic trims and everything like that. That's gonna scratch and damage the paint. These can also damage the paint as well, but they limit the risk. Number 7 on the list are your soaps and clay bars. This is all your prep tools. This is what you really need right here. You also need your microfiber rags. This completes the actual prep setup. Microfiber rags or sponges, the soaps, clay bars. Now, what is a clay bar? I know you understand what the rags are and the soap is, but what is a clay bar? Yeah, there we go. This little small thing is actual clay that takes off the dirt and debris that you don't see on the car. This is what helps your vinyl not look like pimples. And we all know every client hates when they see pimples on their vinyl. Because then the next question is, hey, is this a bubble? You start to rub and scratch it and trying to figure it out on how to get it out. Make sure this car is cleaned thoroughly. Using your clay bar, your microfiber rags, and the right soaps. You can use a regular soap such as Dawn or even a waterless, rinseless wash one. If you want to see me do a rinseless wash and see how well it actually works on prepping a car, comment rinseless below and I'll be sure to go ahead and do that for you. You need a heat gun. If not a heat gun, a torch. But beware, if you're new and you're using a torch, you're going to burn a hole in the vinyl or yourself. Just stay away from the torches. Heat guns are your best friends because you can gauge the temperature. It's not super hot as soon as it starts to blast out, and also it's not an open flame. So you will be better off using this as a beginner. Now for the pros out there, use what you like. It doesn't matter. You can use the torch, you can use the heat gun, you can use whatever you feel like. Just do not, I don't care who you are, do not use a hairdress or a hair dryer, your blower, whatever the thing that they're blowing and drying off their hair with. Don't use it. It doesn't even get hot enough. And for the ones that do get hot enough, that's kind of scary. Yeah, you're burning your hair if it gets that hot. Uh-oh, we're getting closer to the end. And number 10 is my go-to favorite. But I didn't even get to number 9 yet. Let's go get number 9. Oh, it's right here. This little dainty little toothbrush size tool is what we call a micro squeegee. And this saves your life in a lot of areas, such as when you're tucking and cutting where the window trim meets the door, where the rear bumper meets the rear quarter panel, where the front bumper meets the front fender if you haven't dismantled it all. This actually tucks into the areas. It can cut it, but you don't want that. And that's a whole nother tool. If you want to see me do tools on the wrap axe and other new tools that are out there, comment new tools below and I'll be sure to create those videos just for you on that one, I promise you. But this right here is your micro squeegee. This saves lives, saves hours, saves you from frustration and wanting to curse everybody else out because you didn't do the right installation with this. Use this correctly. In our class, we break down step by step on how to use each and every one of these tools so that way you become a pro within 3 to 5 days. I promise you, you will know how to wrap leaving out of our class. Now, that was number 9. Number 10, hey, where's number 10? Where's number 10? Bro, I'll go get it myself. Don't worry about it. I like this one right here. I'll go get it. Yeah, yeah. Oh, why would you throw it like that, bro? Now, the gloves. These, oh my gosh. This makes the vinyl much easier to install. You don't have to worry about it being dragged and being so dry and rigid and rough, almost feeling worse in your hands, like some of these other gloves feel like. These gloves right here are like butter. Use these every time. Some people, as y'all are doing a lot of projects, you can buy one per car. But if you're not like that, and I get it, you're a beginner, wash them. Just wash them one time, maybe. And you can reuse it. Doesn't scratch, doesn't cause any problems or anything like that. You need wrap gloves. It has to be. Where do we use this at? Glad you asked. We're gonna use this on body lines or caved in areas where your squeegee cannot reach. Because usually if your squeegee can reach it and it's curved, you're gonna be scratching the vinyl with the corners of your squeegee. With this, life becomes easy. Wait a minute, you must have forgot that I give out bonuses on this one. There's 2 bonuses that I'm gonna recommend right here. This first one is a pure time saver tool. When I was younger, meaning about 6 years ago, and I just started getting into this industry, I was like, man, I'm not trying to wear no apron and all of this stuff. And every hour, I would spend 5 minutes. Where is my blade, my squeegee? Just searching, and my blades and squeegees were either on top of the car, up under the car, on the tire of the car, inside the car, in the bathroom, other places except for where it needed to be, which was in my hands. That's when I went ahead and was like, hey, stop being cool and start being for real, because you're really becoming a fool. Get a pouch just to hold all of your tools in, so that way you can grab and go. You don't have to keep trying to relocate them and find them each and every time. Because if you spend in 8 hours, 5 minutes per hour, you've wasted 40 minutes in the day. Stop. Get this. You need to. You have to have some of the best. If you've seen my setup, you'd be like, bro, that's not the best. Great lighting, tripods, your camera equipment, sound and audio. Make sure that you have all of these, because guess what? If you can't document your process or what you've been working on, you're gonna lose out on potential clients because they don't even know what you do, let alone trust you. So you need to go ahead and have your tripod, your light ring, and your camera phone. I'm not gonna tell you to get no DSLR just yet. Just get another phone. It may be cheaper with the better quality camera lens on it. I know other people are gonna be like, hey bro, you need a DSLR, it may be, whatever. For the past 6 years, I've been using camera phone. That's it. Record and do what you do best. Have fun. And in this video right here, I'm gonna show you some of the top tools that you really do need to have